On this channel, we love to share reports from bloggers like you about how much bloggers are earning. And while all of those numbers are based on the entirety of the survey data that we receive, there are a lot of bloggers out there who are earning nothing or next to it. So in this video, I want to walk you through a process to diagnose why that might be for you and exactly what to do about it. If you're not earning as much as you'd like to from your blog, it's probably at least one of three main problems that's leading to this outcome. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through a step-by-step process to diagnose exactly why your website is not earning as much money as you want it to. And based upon the reasons why, I wanna help you figure out exactly what to do about it. The first problem a lot of bloggers run into is they underestimate just how much content it's gonna take to actually succeed at this and really make any money. You see, the more content we have overall, the more traffic we're gonna get, right? And the more traffic we have, the monetization actually grows not linearly, but almost exponentially to a point. So the more traffic we can get on our website, the more we can earn by leaps and bounds. But if you haven't published at least 30 blog posts on your website and you're wondering why it's not earning you much, it's probably because you just haven't published enough. So at this point, we need to, of course, have a strategy for the kind of content we create. We really need to focus on content in the beginning so that we can get to the point where we can attract real traffic and we can monetize that traffic and earn a good income. Okay, so that brings me to the next problem, and that is that you've written enough content, but you're just not getting very much traffic. And by not very much, we're gonna just say fewer than about 10,000 page views per month on your website. Now, there are some websites that with a lot less traffic than that can earn a great income. Usually it's because they have a really high value proposition that they are selling to an audience. And they're attracting a very specific audience to their website. But for the kind of websites that we're generally creating and that we're talking about here on this channel, that kind of traffic is not gonna do it for you. So now, what causes a website that has 30 to 50 or even more articles on their website to get fewer than 10,000 page views per month? There are a couple of issues here that we might be facing. The first is that your search analysis is not on point. Here's what I mean. Search analysis is our process for identifying searches, things people are typing into the search bar that we can address with content on our website. And there are a few key mistakes that a lot of people make with their search analysis. The first one is that they just don't do it. A lot of bloggers start off just writing about the things that they want to write about related to their niche. You start writing articles and there's all this stuff you just want to get off your chest, these things that you're just like, everyone needs to know this, and you just start writing articles. That's probably not gonna work. We'll get to why here in just a second, because there's a second traffic issue that's related, but isn't exactly the same as search analysis. The next big search analysis mistake that people make that's become really impactful, especially over the last year or so, is they don't build topical authority. If you've written 30 to 50 articles on your website, but you've covered the whole niche, well, let's say we covered like every aspect of tennis in 30 articles, just all the way across the board, from game strategy to just overall technique to rules to different court types, and now we're talking about all the different tournaments with only 30 articles. You haven't covered anything with enough depth to be established as an authority. So what do we need to do? We need to start with a few specific aspects of the niche. We could start with tennis rules. We want to make sure we cover it with enough depth that it shows Google and other search engines that we know what we're talking about when we talk about tennis rules. Now, the second issue that could be causing you to not have enough traffic is very related to search analysis, and that is that the content you've created may not match specific search queries. You see, it's really important that everything we write, every article, has at least one, if not more, search queries that it's intended to answer. It's intended to rank for. So here's something that you can do. You could go to your Google Analytics and check out which blog posts are just not getting as much traffic as the rest. As you look at some of those, I want you to read the headline and I want you to think, what was the search query I was intending to address with this article that I wrote? If there wasn't one, that is likely the problem with this article. If there was one, now I want you to open the article and start reading through it. Did you address that search query? Did you reasonably answer that question within the first 500 words? You see, everything else after that should be supporting the stuff that you said, but you should give at least a basic answer to the question very early on in the article. If you don't, then in the search engine's eyes, your content probably doesn't match the search, and it's not gonna rank for it. So that leads to the next problem. What about those of you who have traffic, more than 10,000 page views per month on your website, but you're not earning any money, or you're earning very, very little? For this group of people, there are a few things that could be causing this. The first thing that we wanna ask is, are you taking advantage of the monetization opportunities that are easily available to you? First of all, do you have ads on your website? If you are not showing display ads on your website, I want you to think about why that is. If your goal is to create a really inviting website, you don't want ads because you hope later to be able to sell an info product, a course, an ebook, something like that that will have more value, and you think ads might really detract from that. If I had an article all about serving a tennis ball, then maybe that article could point to an ebook that I have all about serving. If you make products, you have an Etsy store or a Shopify or something like that, that's great. We want to make sure that in our content, wherever it makes sense, we direct people toward our products the same way that you would toward an affiliate product, if that's the form of monetization you're doing. Selling your own products that have a lot of value is one of the only reasons that I would have today to not put display ads on your website. So if you're not showing ads and don't have a really good reason not to, then you should absolutely do it. Now, when? I would say if you don't have at least 10,000 page views per month on your website, then displaying ads or not is totally up to you. It doesn't have a lot of value at that point. Honestly, I'd kind of rather get the traffic up at least to that 10,000 page views per month level and then really start thinking about ads. Now, at that level, you're gonna be best off going with Ezoic. The other major ad providers that work really well for blogs aren't even available to you at that level of traffic. I'll link to Ezoic in the description of this video. Much like ads, I would ask, are you doing any affiliate marketing? And if you are, how much effort are you putting behind it? Do you occasionally throw an Amazon link into a blog post? Or do we have some specific products that we absolutely recommend to our audience that are gonna show up multiple times on our website? In our Project 24 membership, we do have an entire course on affiliate marketing where we teach 4 complete strategies to doing affiliate marketing. And those can be used in conjunction with each other. I also have a YouTube video that teaches those 4 strategies for affiliate marketing that you can go watch just right here for free. So that's the first question, is, are you taking advantage of the monetization that's available to you? A lot of people will say, yes, but you can't even sign up for the platforms, or most programs won't accept you until you show that you have more traffic. And that is true. So what do? We start off with Amazon, that's fine. You start off with some that do accept a lot more people. Even Walmart has an affiliate program that seems to be a lot less picky than most. But the other thing you can do is just link to the products you want to recommend, whether you can be an affiliate for them or not. Later, once you're accepted, it's a lot easier to go replace that or add an affiliate link than it is to suddenly create a bunch of affiliate content now that you have a bunch of traffic. I think it's also a great way to show some of these companies that you're serious, as well as that you're successful, when you've already linked to their product, and then you can show them the type of content that you create that's already driving traffic for them. So go ahead and do that from the very beginning, and just make sure that you're doing a great job of selling those links and utilizing all 4 of our strategies. Now, here's something to keep in mind. If you are doing affiliate marketing and you're putting some real effort behind it, but you're earning less than $5 per 1,000 page views, then we really need to just look into what's going on here. At that point, you really do need to make sure you go check out the strategies that we have so that you can learn how to improve this. You're probably leaving a lot of money on the table. The same goes for ads. If you're earning less than $10 or even $12 per 1,000 page views on your website, you're probably not doing something right. A lot of people are trying with ads. They go put ads on their website and they see earnings of $6, $7, $8. And there are a few reasons why those earnings might be as low as they are. Either one, you're just not displaying very many ads, or it's not set up properly on your website, and so ads aren't showing in front of people as often as you think they are. But another reason is that the audience that your content is currently attracting isn't a very valuable audience to advertisers. We have seen some websites earn tremendous amounts of money. Camper Report, which was one of our websites, was earning about $34 per 1,000 page views every single month just from ads. not even counting the affiliate marketing and other things that we were doing. Most of the ad platforms we work with want to see an audience with at least 50% or more of the traffic in the US. So if your website is attracting a lot of traffic from outside the US, and outside of the UK and Western Europe especially, you're probably not going to earn very much money from ads, at least not without having very, very large amounts of traffic. In that case, if you're earning $1 or $2 per 1,000 page views, you might be doing rather well. It's just because the US audience is an audience that advertisers are willing to spend a lot of money to get in front of, because there's a lot of people spending a lot of money in the United States. Likewise, if your audience is very young, if even people in through their early to mid to even late 20s, if that's kind of the old end of your audience, chances are that advertisers aren't going to be paying nearly as much for that demographic. People in their 20s and younger than their 20s aren't spending the kind of money that people who are beyond their 20s tend to be spending. So if you are doing ads and you're just not earning very much from those ads, then I want you to look at the demographics of the audience that you're attracting. You can see a fair amount of demographic information just right there in Google Analytics. But I also want you to think about the content you're creating, the search queries that it's answering, and what is the type of person that is going to the internet and searching for that question. So what do we want to do as we create new content and as we go through some of our old content to try to improve it over time? We want to make sure that we're crafting it in a way to attract a US-based audience that's usually people that are a little older, that have free time and money to spend. That audience is also going to be a lot more valuable to you no matter what ways you're monetizing your website. Again, if you're earning very little income, but you have a lot of traffic, chances are you need to focus on these things first to improve upon those before you're going to have a whole lot of success with information products. But for those of you who are having success selling affiliate products and doing well with ads, chances are that you could come up with an information product that could earn you multiples of what you're currently earning today. So consider that to take your blog from where it is today and skyrocket that income. So as you work your way kind of through this decision tree and figure out which of these issues is facing you, what do you think it is? What's the biggest thing holding you back from making more money on your website? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below so I can create better content to better help you earn more money from your blog for yourself, for your family. Hope to see you in our next video.